Have you ever heard rap music?
Does Sir Mix-a-Lot like booty?
Listen to this. Actual rap lyrics. Life ain't nothing but gritches and money. Only they don't say gritches. They say a certain word that rhymes with it that starts with a B.
Welcome back to Thinking Critical. This is Wes, and it's time for the Marvel 2021 comic book solicitations. This video is a little bit later than I would have liked to have gotten it out, but Marvel released the solicitations a little late. It was like the day before Christmas or something out, or something like that. I had a lot of content already scheduled up and recorded. Plus, there's been a lot of news this week, so I ended up covering this. So I saved it for after the Comics Aficionados this week. Now, the big news coming out of the March 2021 solicitations is Marvel's kind of getting back to business as usual. Lots of new #1 issues. Obviously, it's going to be dominated by the end of the King in Black story arc. It appears that something is going to be happening with Venom, a big change, a big status quo change. Likely for the Venom story, I believe we might have a new Venom character, a new Venom hero. Maybe Eddie Brock is no longer Venom. Maybe it's still, I'm not sure. Something's going to happen with that. Certainly indication. You can see that by the cover right there. But also, we're getting a new Spider-Man suit. What else? Lots of new #1s. Big event, Spider-Man, new Spider-Man costume. Those are kind of the big things to talk about in the March 2021 solicitation. Now, you're going to see me change shirts because I've already recorded this video, and in the beginning, I talked about the Spider-Man costume and made some speculation on what it could be. Since then, they've released what it is, and I already made a video about it. So I'm not doing wardrobe changes now in the videos, but you are going to see a shirt change, and it may be a confusing line or two when I'm talking about Spider-Man. But that's just because I had to record the introduction because things had changed in the meantime. But I hope you enjoy this as I cover the March 2021 solicitations. There's plenty of comics from Marvel that I will be reading. You'll hear all about it then. And the big one is Hellions. You're definitely going to want to hear what I say about Hellions because that's easily the comic I was the most excited about. It's because my personal favorite villain is arriving, on the series, and I'm very excited about that. Now, before I get into all the details and have my wardrobe change, I do want to say, if you haven't subscribed to Thinking Critical, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell for notifications, give me a thumbs up if you enjoy this video, give me a thumbs down if you don't. Either way, I want to hear your thoughts about Marvel's 2021 solicitations. Are you excited? Are you ready for King in Black to wrap up? What are your thoughts? Now, let's get into these solicitations. Obviously, King in Black is finishing. Venom 34 is the final tie-in to King in Black. I do think are we getting a new Venom? It kind of appears that's what they're hinting at least in this cover here. Obviously, this is Donny Cates' Ivan Coelho. Should be very good. I'm not reading most of the tie-ins to King in Black, but obviously I was already reading Venom anyway. I am going to read the one with the symbiote dragon fighting a kaiju. How can you not read that? And I'm reading the main story. But other than that, I'm not really planning on it. Like King in Black, Wiccan Hulkling, that's Tini Howard. Not for me. King in Black #5. This is an interesting cover. I don't know. Is that Ghost Rider in there? There's some kind of character like that. Do we think that's Eddie Brock has died at that point? Is coming back from the dead with his Venom symbiote to fight Null once and for all? I don't know. It's a cool cover. I'll give him that. Got a weird autumn vibe to it. Obviously, that is from the headline act of Donny Cates and Ryan Stegman. We are getting a King in Black Ghost Rider from Ed Brisson. That's good news. Ed Brisson's Ghost Rider and Aaron Kuder's Ghost Rider was canceled way too early. He was doing a bang-up job on that one. This is a one-shot. We'll see. I said I'm not reading anything else, but I might read this one. I am a comic book fan. I have the right to change my mind. It happens. King in Black Spider-Man #1. I don't know. This has the Spider-Man logo that they recently were using for the J.J. Abrams Spider-Man. That does not bode well. I'll probably skip that one. King in Black Venom Carnage. I'm considering that one. I've heard good things about Sean and Maguire. King in Black Scream. Obviously, there was a Scream. Was it ongoing or was it a miniseries out of Absolute Carnage? Clay McLeod Chapman. He works on all the web of Venom lead-ups to Absolute Carnage. There's been web of Venom lead-ups to King in Black. He might be your thing. Not really. Oh, that's skippable to me. Thunderbolts, skippable. Matthew Rosenberg. Although Juan Ferreira on art is really good. It's sad to say him wasted there. Kurt Busiek on Namor. This is probably one that people should check out. I'm going to skip it. Return of the Valkyries. No, thank you, Jason Aaron. Planet of Symbiotes. Okay, Rodney Barnes, Steve Orlando. I might have to consider that one too. Rodney Barnes is obviously doing Philadelphia, which is a really good image horror book. Steve Orlando's, he's kind of middle of the road as far as writing goes. With Kyle Holtz, he's a good writer or a guard artist. I don't know. Maybe that one's interesting. What does it say? Over Cloak and Dagger. A dark shadow looms over Cloak and Dagger. Okay. Apparently, you're getting a Cloak and Dagger story. Savage Avengers, King in Black tie-in. Jerry Duggan's actually that's his best series. It's easily the best work he's done at Marvel for quite some time. Even better than Deadpool, if you ask me. And I know people love his Deadpool for some reason. Fantastic Four, Dan Slott. No, thank you. Symbiote Spider-Man, King in Black. I started reading this one, and it's not really tied into the King in Black story. It's like a bunch of earlier stuff. Obviously, it looks like we got the Guardians of the Galaxy and some other characters in here. Monica Rambeau. I don't know. I stopped reading that one. Sword number 4, Al Ewing's contribution to, I guess it's Reign of X now. The first issue was lackluster. I might read. I'm going to read the second one just to see where it goes. It was all set up. I don't have a good feel of whether or not it's going to be a good series or not. I don't know. Am I reading this wrong? Was that Havoc? I might be reading that wrong. Maybe that's not the character that is. Feels like it's Havoc. The mutants are dying. Their island is dying. Earth is dying. All hope for humanity is lost. As a species lies in Protocol 5. Protocol 5 isn't going to work. Well, you gave away the ending. You gave away the ending, Marvel Comics. It's not going to work. All right, Beta Ray Bill number 1. We're getting out of the King of Black stuff and some of the more interesting things. This is Daniel Warren Johnson. He did the Wonder Woman, was it Dead Earth? He also did, Murder Falcon? Really cool, up-and-coming creator. He's had some pretty decent hits on the indie scene. Glad to say he's getting work at the big two. I'm definitely going to read this just because I think he's a really good writer-artist. The unfortunate part is, it's just going to be self-contained. It's not going to be like a big deal. Even if he does something cool, they're not going to do anything with it. What is it? What do we got in here in the solicits? The second most famous wielder of Mjolnir. Sorry. The right-hand man to the god of thunder, and now a warrior without his best weapon, Beta Ray Bill is tired of playing second fiddle to Thor. And why shouldn't he be tired? And with Bill's famous hammer, Stormbreaker, recently destroyed at the all-new All-Father's hands, tensions are higher than ever. Corbinite must strike out in search of a new weapon in Destiny. Whatever. This is going to be cool. The art's going to be fun. The story's going to be good. And maybe not being important and tied into anything else probably gives Daniel Warren Johnson, free reign to kind of do some crazy stuff and make this series more interesting. And it says it is from the pages of Donny Cates Thor and spinning out of the events of King in Black. I doubt that. If it was, I think there'd be a King in Black trade dress on. I think they're just throwing that in there. Maybe it has a loose tie into it, but that's not why I'm reading this. I'll tell you that. I'm reading this to get away from King in Black. I'm gonna have King in Black fatigue by the time this thing comes out. And I'll be glad that the event comes over. There's a lot of tie-ins. There's like 50 or 60 tie-ins to King in Black. So I'm going to treat this like a not a tie-in, but this is definitely a read. Daniel Warren Johnson, great up-and-coming artist. Thor and Loki Double Trouble, Mariko Tamaki with Guru Hero. I've already talked about it. The art looks fine. The story's going to be bad. Whatever. Alien, Philip Kennedy Johnson, coming to the Alien franchise. We got some cool covers. That's actually pretty nice. This is something I will absolutely be reading. Salvador Larroca on art. I don't imagine Larroca will stick with it very long. He doesn't tend to stick on issues all that long. This is an oversized 40-page, $5 comic. Philip Kennedy Johnson's Last God is one of the best fantasy horror comics on the market. I imagine his sci-fi horror stylings will be very good as well. That has me very excited for this. And this is the debut of Alien, at Marvel. That license had been over at Dark Horse for a very long time. Obviously, Disney acquired Fox, and then they got the license back. So probably smart stuff. Gabriel Cruz gave up his Weyland Yutani, gave his life to Weyland Yutani in the case of an alien attack he barely survived. Almost literally, recently retired. Cruz is trying to patch things up with his abandoned son with his help from his friend, a Bishop model android. It's all classic alien stuff. I think it's going to be great. Philip Kennedy Johnson, really good up-and-coming creator as well. Both he and Darren Warren Johnson were featured on Personalized video about the up-and-coming writers that you should pay attention to. So there you go. Black Knight, Curse of the Ebony Blade. I don't know if you're a Black Knight fan. Maybe this is the one for you. Simon Spurrier. Black Knight doesn't do much for me. Obviously, he's going to be in Eternals. I think it's Eternals. It's going to be the Jon Snow from Game of Thrones going to be playing the Black Knight. Obviously, that'll be a focus character, kind of a big star playing him. But I can easily skip that one. Trials of Ultraman. This is definitely the number one that I will be checking out. I've been reading Rise of Ultraman. That is Kyle Higgins with Francesco Mana on art. It's the Rise of Ultraman is actually really good. Not exactly lines up perfectly with the Japanese counterpart, which it's based on, but I'm enjoying it. Another 40-page $5 comic. So I guess $5 is the new normal for Marvel as well. Everything's $5 now. Definitely check it out. I mean, there's not enough good comics out there right now. You can't just pass on anything that you almost got to try anything that could be good at these days. But Carnage, Black, White, and Blood. Donny Cates, Benjamin Person, Tini Howard. One of these things is not like the other. It's not because she's a woman. It's because she's not a good writer. And you got Donny Cates, Ben Percy. This will probably be worth picking up if Carnage is your thing. Carnage is an interesting character. I find the black and white blood concept boring at this point. You got Wolverine, black, white, and blood. You got Harley, black, white, and red. Batman, black and white. Superman, red and blue. Enough already. Get another original idea. God. Silk #1. Obviously, this is the Korean version of Spider-Man. That cover's good. That one's pretty good. Not as big a fan as this one. I kind of like this one too. Is that Peach Momoko? Probably. No, it's Bengal. Okay. That's probably the best one, even though it's really weird with the pants. But that one's pretty cool. Maureen Gu Takeshi Miyazawa. Women's History Month variant. Pass. Although this one is $4. So if you are a Silk fan, there you go. You got a miniseries coming up, right? Miniseries? Yeah, 1 of 5. Captain America Anniversary Tribute. Yeah, I'll be reading this one. Joe Simon Stanley, Jack Kirby with modern artists basically doing what they did with Giant Size X-Men not too long ago. It's a good concept. I don't know if they executed it perfectly that first time. Hopefully they do it this time. A lot of really good artists. I'm not going to go through that. But this is basically Captain America Comics #1 again. And Avengers #4. 48 pages, $60 or $6. You get a bunch of new artists telling some classic cap stories. Definitely going to read that. Don't know that I'll review it on the channel, but Avengers Mech Strike. Yeah, second issue, whatever. X-Men Legends. This is one of the weirdest. This isn't the one. But Fabian Nicienza, Brett Booth, and they're going to be talking about the third Summers brother. Definitely be reading this one. We'll be reviewing it right here on the channel with Doc. America Chavez, Made in the USA. That is a hideous cover. What is wrong with her face? She looks like a ghoul. Ugh. That one's not much better. That one's much, much better. This is the cover that they should make the primary one, because this is awful. Sorry. I like Stephanie Hans, too. This is one of my favorite artists, but she did not knock it out of the park here by any means. That was I guess the first one's Sarah Pichelli. This one's probably Stephanie Hans. Yeah, that one's definitely not, because it does not look like a word. Oh, I'm considering reviewing on the channel Kalinda Vasquez, Carlos Gomez. I don't imagine Kalinda Vasquez will be the dumpster fire that the previous writer was, Gabby Rivera. Maybe she'll be able to make it work. Gabby Rivera obviously failed. So this is an important character in Marvel, so they're going to keep trying and trying and trying again. It's the Marvel way. It doesn't matter if they got it right. You just didn't understand it, right? Demon Days X-Men #1. Probably going to be reviewing that here on the channel as well. This is a mini series from Peach Momoko, a Stormbreaker, if there ever was one. Of course, she's not an up-and-coming anything. She's one of the hottest cover artists in the entire industry, and apparently she has a Marvel exclusive contract. It's going to be illustrating and writing this one. It's not a miniseries. It's a one-shot, and it's going to be X-Men in Japan. It'll have cool manga-inspired art. I'll be checking out. It's a one-shot. Maybe I can get Doc to review that one. Although this one has a great... I'm going to read the first one. I don't have any expectation for Eternals, though. Even with Kieran Gill and Asad Rivet. X-Men 19. Now we're talking. This is something... this is what I've been waiting for this for, like, it feels like a year now. This is obviously a continuation of the story. It started in X-Men #5 when was it X-23, Synch, and Darwin all went into the vault, and we know the time changes differently there. And there's like a countdown. They had to get them out, and they're finally going to exit the vault. No extra covers. Oh, that's too bad. But I'll definitely be reading this one. I'm probably reviewing it on the channel. This is one of the ones I'm really excited about. Almost as excited as I am for the Jonathan Hickman, Brett Booth X-Men comics. Children of the Atom #1, guaranteed to be reviewed right here on the channel. I am not expecting Vita Ayala to knock it out of the park. I kind of expect her to embarrass herself, like she kind of always does. Although, hey, one of the best comic stories of the year, as far as I'm concerned, in Wonder Woman 750, but everything else has been found lacking. Bernard Chang, great artist. We'll see if he can, if he can make the story bearable. I think I've got faith that this is going to be awful. Either way, I will review it on the show. I hope I get to tell you all how amazing Children of the Atom is, but I doubt it. Obviously, we are into the Reign of X teams here. X Factor, Insta Skip, even with David Baldeon on art. Cable #9, not reading that. Excalibur, hell no. X-Force. X-Force has kind of gone downhill, even with Ben Percy. Oh, no. No Jessica Sarah on art, Gary Brown. Well, we'll see what happens. Quentin Quire returns to Krakoa to fight a nightmare creature wreaking havoc on X-Force. But what deadly secrets are X-Force hiding, and who's trying to unearth them? Well, that's a good question. Well, there you go. Hellions. We're the biggest surprise in the entire industry this year. Oh, hell yes. Arcade? Are you kidding me? My favorite villain. Hellions are at the mercy of Arcade as they face his new psychological murder world. Oh my goodness. This is like the early running for comic of 2021. This is everything I could ever want. One of my favorite series with my favorite villain in Murder World. Oh my goodness. I perused the solicits before I did the video, but I didn't make it this far. This is awesome. I should have led with this. This is the big news. Arcade, Murder World, and a Hellions book. Oh, it's got five stars written all over it. And Steven Segovia is going to be on the art. Oh, it's going to be so good. Whew. It's going to be awesome. Deadpool Nerdy 30. This is obviously the Deadpool 30th anniversary. Going to have Rob Liefeld, 5 minutes at the end. Scotty Young, Gail Simone, Kelly Thompson, Jerry Duggan, Brian, and more people. Rob Liefeld, Pat Searcher, Kevin LaBranda, Aaron. Yeah, okay, yeah. I'll definitely read this, even though it's $6 for 48 pages. I believe Liefeld's also doing 30 covers. We'll see how that goes. Iron Fist, Heart of the Dragon. Larry Hama on Iron Fist? Absolutely. Soul, don't need to talk about that anymore. Avengers Man-Thing. Apparently that's the story following the latest. Oh, wait. Now, this isn't Avengers. This is Avengers Curse of Man-Thing. This is the Steve Orlando. This is his debut, I believe, at Marvel Comics. Although he's co-writing a comic we already talked about. So apparently he's debuting twice in the same month. This was supposed to already come out. Steve Orlando, he's okay. Francis Mobley, he's pretty good. Probably pass on that one. Spider-Man, Miles Morales, nope. Amazing Spider-Man 61, absolutely. Amazing Spider-Man 62. Absolutely. Kingpin makes it personal. Sold. What do they say about 61? Peter gets a new job and Spider-Man gets a new look. So apparently it was issue 61, not 59. I apologize. I gave you bad information. Oh my God. I really hope he's not a food blogger or something stupid. He's going to be a food blogger. Nick Spencer's dropping the ball. I can already see it. We'll see how the costume goes. Obviously, we've got like a man thing, Venom thing going on here. Weird. Spider-Woman. Nah. Black Cat. Nope. Non-stop Spider-Man. I'm definitely going to be reading this one. I think Joe Kelly and Chris Picciolo are going to do great. This is issue number 1. Oh, cool. I thought this was already supposed to come out by then. Get ready for the most action-packed, pulse-pounding, adrenaline-pumping comic of all time. Boom. I'm already in. 40 pages, $5, of course. Captain America. Even with the Red Skull on the cover, it's not enough. Ta-Nehisi Coates is still on there. Mortal Hulk. You know, I somewhat regret jumping off of this series, but I'm not jumping back on. I probably shouldn't have, though. This is a really cool cover. I like it a lot. It's really beautiful. Yeah, Alex Ross, obviously, he does all the covers. Says there's an homage cover from Joe Bennett. Don't see it. Maestro Warren Pax, absolutely. Peter David's been killing it. Other than the symbiote Spider-Man, Keaton Black stuff. Avengers 43. Are we still in the the Phoenix saga? What a debacle this has been. Started out hot, and it's just been a train wreck ever since. The fight to become the all-new Phoenix heats up. Uh-oh. What happened? I seem to have accidentally... Let's see if I can fix this. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Yeah, why am I talking about? That's going to be awful. Iron Man number 7. Christopher Cantwell already shooed me away. Captain Marvel 27. Shockingly, it's still going on strong. Well, I don't think strong because it doesn't have good sales, but they haven't rebooted it yet. That's awesome. Black Panther 24 coming up on the end of Ta-Nehisi Coates' run. We'll see what they do with the character after that. Space Wakanda's coming to fight real Wakanda. Could be interesting. The Union, absolutely not. Marvel, I think some people like that. I haven't been reading Guardians. Thor, absolutely. Okay, so this is still the Donald Blake story. It's interesting. I don't know. I don't know if I love it, but there's obviously there's a chance it could be great. Oh no, it looks like Thor's dead. Whoops. Spoilers. Runaways. Nope. Power Pack. Nope. Champions. I feel bad for Eve Ewing. They did not put it. She's a good writer, but they will not put her on a good title. Taskmaster. No. U.S. Agent. Pretty disappointing. Daredevil. Oh, it's still good. Apparently, Elektra is still the Daredevil. That's a really good cover. And look at that hair. Matt Murdock is a killer, but while he's serving time as a mass vigilante called Daredevil, Hell's Kitchen has suddenly been left without a guardian devil. Or it was until Elektra took it upon herself to protect Murdock's neighborhood and his legacy as the new Daredevil. But she's already got her work cut out for her. Wilson Fisk remains seated as New York's mayor with Typhoid Mary, the Owl, Hammerhead, and other lethal and familiar foes at his beck and call. Yeah. Boom, lights out. Marco Cicchetto, going to be great. Still reading Strange Academy with my kid. We are loving it. If you are looking for an all ages comic to read with your children, this is pretty good. It's basically Hogwarts, but Doctor Strange. Star Wars, I jumped off of these. This cover's okay, but as soon as I saw Princess Leia and Carbonite, I was like, they run out of ideas on issue number 2. Star Wars, High Republic. Nope. I stuck with this one the longest. I don't remember what drove me away, but it got stupid too, unfortunately. Yeah, there you go. That is it, folks. That is the March 2021 Marvel Comics solicitations. I was able to keep this one a little bit shorter than the DC one. I do apologize about that. That one, that was like 30 minutes. I don't want to go that long, but obviously, I'm super excited. I'm going to get Arcade and Hellions in one comic, a new Murder World. That's good. That's got 5-star comic written all over it. Spider-Man's getting a new costume in Amazing Spider-Man 61. King in Black is wrapping up the big event. And then, we got some other interesting stuff. I've got a lot of comics I'm looking forward to. The other big one for me is Alien. Philip Kennedy Johnson is absolutely going to destroy that book. And the Daniel Warren Johnson Beta Ray Bill book. Those are the ones that I'm really looking forward to. What are you looking for? I can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments section.